You catch me by surprise. Welcome to Austin's beloved Perry Logan in The Seeds of All Evil. You catch me by surprise. Welcome to Austin's beloved Perry Logan in The Seeds of All Evil.
The seeds of all evil. Seeds of all evil. Seeds of all evil.
Hello, thank you for watching. It's January 10th, 2008. People sometimes say, Perry, aren't you being a little partisan? Me? Oh, no, well, you see, it's the only way to go. On this very show, I'm going to prove to you. Now, I'm going to use indisputable historical facts, if you will, as well as singing and dancing. I will you to the idea that the right, the political right in America, just America, is like the seeds of all evil. I'm going to prove it. That's what I'm saying. It's not just an emotional thing with me. It's not just an emotional thing with me, goddammit. Mr. Logan is struggling unsuccessfully to prove that it's not just an emotional thing to him. So, let's just leave Perry frothing in his own juices as we consider the evidence. Fact one. If Republicans had always been running things, we wouldn't have Social Security. If Republicans had been running things, we would all be dead from DDT. And now, Austin's beloved Perry Logan sings All Be Dead from a DDT. I'll be dead from a DDT. I said I'll be dead from a DDT. This is Perry Logan reminding you that if the right had been in control of America from the beginning, we would all be dead from a DDT. All be dead from a DDT. I said, all be dead from a DDT. You see, even if their ideas had a germ of goodness in them, right-wingers will take them to a point that's crazy. Look at privatization. Privatization has gone so amok. Our soldiers get to watch people who get paid many times more than them doing much of what they do in newer equipment. You've heard this paradox. This is what happens when you take delusional right-wing ideas. When you take delusional right-wing ideas and apply them to reality, why, everything just goes amok. Once again, Mr. Logan's brain has melted as he considers how weird it gets when you take delusional right-wing ideas and apply them to reality. I don't see what's so hard to understand about it. Not only do I assert that the right wing in America contains the seeds of all evil, I would just say you can look at the years 2000 to 2006 and see it is so. They are the seeds of all evil. If 2000 to 2006 doesn't prove it to you, you are denying science, my friend. 2000 to 2006 was like a scientific experiment. It was like a horrible experiment. Let's just lay the will of most voters aside. Let's face it, that's what it ended up being. It was a big hack. It was a big, horrible right-wing hack. Hey, these things happen, you know. These things happen. We had what would definitely have to be called a botched fascist takeover. Thank you, Republicans. Hey, I want you to put this into perspective. It's January 10th, 2008. Another big, long presidential election coming here. You can just feel the eagerness of America to have a Democrat in there. The Democratic primaries have got record-breaking attendance. People are excited. They're excited about Obama. They are excited about Hillary. They are excited about Edwards. Do you realize this? That's three great people. In my opinion, that's what's going on now. There's excitement in the air. There's controversy, and people are beating each other up on all over the place. But you see, the whole country is palpably and pretty much visibly and provably excited about the prospect of just any one of these three people. That's certainly the way I feel. I'm sorry if I left other people out. People are always leaving Dennis Kucinich out, so here, I'm not leaving good old, wonderful Dennis Kucinich. Hey, Dennis, now there's a Democrat, right? Dennis, wonderful Dennis Kucinich, who has not blown people away in the polls, most of the polls, but you know, we all love the guy, okay? So put him in there. He would be great too. Of course he would be great, don't you see? Most people look at Hillary, Obama. Hey, Obama is just like got young voters excited. You gotta give credit where it's due. Obama has got young voters freaking out. Well, I personally am quite happy. You should be happy if young voters are getting involved. For the most part, you should be happy if they're spontaneously getting involved, but of course they, like the rest of us, are in a state of extreme alarm, you see? Because we saw that weird experiment there. All of us could see that it was clear that the Republican agenda was probably one of their first things was to take away Social Security as we know it. That's a, whew. Okay, and you know, come on now, don't be in denial. It's 80% of us think Social Security is right. Yeah, so the right goes against it. All of a sudden, magically, the government is going after Social Security. Wave after wave of public opposition came out of this. What 2000 to 2006 really was a botched fascist takeover. Give me a break. Republicans, as they exist today, contain the seeds of all evil. It's really quite simple. You can say this, and you can prove it. You simply have to imagine if the right had been in control. For God's sake, my friend, if the right had been in control all along, we would be dead from DDT.
We would be dead from DDT. We would be dead from DDT. We would be dead from DDT. We would be dead from DDT.
Now you tell me these people oppose the Marshall Plan? I'm talking about them. I'm simply throwing down the gauntlet. Now tell me this isn't dumb. Now tell me this isn't kind of like the seeds of all evil. The political right, I'm just putting it to you, the political right opposed the GI Bill of Rights. What, do I have to get a fish to tell you?
Yes, it's me, Mr. Fish. How? It's me, Mr. Fish. You're watching the Mr. Fish Show. To hell with Perry Logan. This is Mr. Fish. To hell with him, I say. To hell with Perry Logan. It's the Mr. Fish Show.
Seeds of all evil. We are talking about the political right and simply making the point. The political right opposed the Fair Labor Standards Act. Now, if that isn't what is, the political right opposed the National Labor Relations Act. They opposed U.S. entry into World War II to fight fascism. Did you know that right-wingers traded with the Nazis during the war? They traded with the Nazis during the war. Right-wingers traded with the Nazis during the war, and they had the nerve to call other people traitors. It always amazes me, speaking as a fish, that right-wingers have the nerve to call other people traitors when you see they traded with the Nazis during the war. They opposed the GI Bill of Rights. They opposed the United Nations. They opposed the Marshall Plan. They opposed FHA mortgages. They opposed the creation of interstate highways. They opposed the Civil Rights Act of 1957. They opposed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. They opposed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. They opposed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. They opposed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. They opposed Medicare. They opposed food safety laws, 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 food safety laws.
food safety laws, food safety laws, food safety laws, food safety laws.
You see, the right are crazy. The right opposed the League of Nations. The right opposed agricultural subsidies, the Tennessee Valley Authority, rural electrification, and almost all the rest of the New Deal. The right opposed Social Security. What a bunch of fools. The right opposed the Fair Labor Standards Act. The right opposed the National Labor Relations Act. The right opposed U.S. entry into World War II to fight fascism. Oh my God! Did you know that right-wingers traded with the Nazis during the war? That's what I'm trying to tell you, you see. The right wing in the U.S. contains the seeds of all evil. It's the seeds of all evil. No, I can prove the right are the source of all evil. They are the seeds of evil. You are watching the seeds of evil. And the right are the seeds of evil, and I can prove it. Mr. Logan is bragging and boasting that he has documentation that the right are the seeds of all evil. Hello, you have entered. Hello, welcome to the show. Here is proof. The political right are the seeds of evil. I'm just proving it if you hadn't noticed. That the first thing they wanted to do was cut the throat of Social Security. Yeah, that was the big populist thing. That was kind of like the flower of the flowering of the Republican Revolution was probably the assault on Social Security, which got destroyed by virtue of sheer, overwhelming public agitation. Public anger. That's what's going on now. That's what you're feeling now with Democrats breaking all kinds of records at the primaries. Democrats are breaking all kinds of records. They are so excited about their candidates. I, for one, am excited about all of them, including Dennis. Including our friend Dennis Kucinich, who it makes up in being cool what he lacks in high poll numbers. Okay, all right. But if you didn't think the right were evil, you have to think these people, the right, I'm talking about the right in America, in the U.S., they oppose Social Security. They opposed the GI Bill. The right, yeah. What kind of scalawags would oppose Social Security, Medicare? And they would have most certainly, they oppose regulation. Excuse me, I'm calming down. The right opposes all this regulation. I'm sure we would be dead or dying from DDT. There are wingers who still want to bring back DDT, you know? These people, they just do not change their minds. It would be DDT, it would be PCBs, any number of other just scary chemicals with three-letter names. We would be dead. You know we would be dead if either Republicans or Libertarians ran the country. Mr. Logan is making the provocative point that if either Republicans or Libertarians had been running the country, we would be dead from DDT, don't you see?
We would be dead from a DDT. We would be dead from a DDT.
I said,
we would be dead from a DDT. We would be dead from a DDT. We would be dead from a DDT. We would be dead from a DDT.
and so a horrible laboratory experiment in far-right ideas took place. All of a sudden, Social Security, which almost everybody wanted just the way it was under attack. That was the nightmare of what was, in fact, a botched fascist takeover. Hey, here's a good book for you. Get down to your library and read a book by Naomi Wolf called The End of America. It's a book called Naomi Wolf, The End of America, and I like to riff on it just a bit. Naomi Wolf has shown us that the Republican hegemony period, 2000 to 2006, was nothing more nor less than a botched fascist takeover. This is Perry Logan's Cat with a viewer question. It's Perry Logan's Cat indeed. A viewer asks, Perry, aren't you being just a little partisan? Partisan! Please return unto your bodies.
Please, my children, return unto your bodies. Return unto your bodies. Seed of destruction.
I would like to thank my cat for passing that question on to me. Aren't I being a little partisan? You wound me, you break my heart. You wound me, you break my heart. answer to the question, the whole point is I can prove it. I can prove the right are the bloody seeds of all evil. It's all right here. Need I remind you that if these people had been in control from the beginning, well, I don't think we would have much of anything. We obviously wouldn't have Social Security. We wouldn't have the big state universities. No kidding. No kidding. Talk about not giving credit where it's due. The big state universities, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, UT also, the big state universities, are largely in existence because of a democratic law, or for those of you with that right-wing speech impediment, the Democrat Congress, or the Democrats gave you a thing called the Moral Land Grant Act. Hey, look it up. Hey, Google it. Hey, look it up on Wikipedia. The Moral Land Grant, Morrill. Say it with me. Morrill. With the It's called the Moral Land Grant Act. Google it. Wikipedia it. And it's a democratic law that helped to create most of the big state universities. Don't you see? This is just one of the cool things the right opposed. There are cool things we don't have. And why don't we have them? Well, because the right, who are the seeds of all evil, don't you see, oppose them! Ah! Oppose them! Ah!
To hell with Perry Logan! This is Mr. Fish!